We're bringing attention to a special event that was just announced from the Canadian Foundation for AIDS Research. And on Monday, November 20th, international recording artist and tenor Joey Niceforo is going to be bringing together a host of extraordinary talent for an unforgettable night at the Roy Thomson Hall in Toronto. Joey joins me right now. So who's on the bill for this? I know you're going to be singing and performing. Who else do you have coming?
Thanks so much for having me, Dana. I am absolutely thrilled, excited, and nervous to be performing for the first time at Roy Thomson Hall with some amazing musicians, an incredible host and friend, Jeanne Beker. She's going to be at the helm of this benefit concert for CANFAR, as you mentioned. And we have some amazing special guest artists. One of my dear friends, probably one of the people that I've sung with the longest, Sara Papini. She's an amazing soprano. And when I first started doing classical music, she was one of the singers that I would always sing with. And now I kind of have moved away from opera, but she's going to be doing some beautiful operatic pieces. We have an amazing jazz legend, Jackie Richardson, who's going to be doing a few numbers as well. And we're absolutely thrilled that she said yes. And we also have Jeanne Beker's daughter, Joey O'Neill, who's going to be opening the show. Those are, the guest vocalists, but we're also going to be having the Casa Loma Symphony Orchestra, conducted by my friend Paolo Busato. I perform quite a bit at Casa Loma, as well as my friend Sabatino Vacca, who's going to be also conducting with the Cambridge Symphony Orchestra. So we have a lot of people on that stage.
And so you're performing with these orchestras?
Correct. So the two orchestras are actually going to be combined, which is something that's kind of rarely done. And, to have both Sabatino and Paolo, who play separately all the time, to say, yes, absolutely, let's do it together, was something quite special. These orchestras are their babies. And so they'll be sharing the baton. We try to, to split it up as equally, but, there have been no egos involved, and it's just about making beautiful music for a great cause. And Paolo Busato, he's also an incredible organist, so we're going to be taking advantage of that incredible organ at Roy Thomson Hall. One of the most important players in this whole concert, the Singing Out Choir. They're Toronto's largest LGBTQ plus choir, and so they're also going to be joining us. There'll be about, I think, 75 to 100 members joining us. And so it's going to be an incredibly full stage of talented people, and they are incredible. I've rehearsed a few times with them already preparing for the show, and I think people are in for a treat. So
everybody's going to be singing together at some point?
Oh, yes.
We have, awesome.
We have some ensemble pieces where all of us are going to be performing at once, and I think it's going to fill that incredibly beautiful and big hall.
And you've had quite the career too. You debuted your professional career way back in 2005, and people may not know it, but you were with Canadian tenors, right?
That's right, yes. It feels like another lifetime, but that's what got me the start. I was still in university. I was at U of T at the opera school, and I was going to go back for a third year, and then I was asked to audition in Victoria, BC for this group called the Canadian Tenors, and they were just starting, and I was lucky enough to get a yes, and so I moved to Vancouver and was lucky enough to be in that group for a year. And then myself and the other guys that I was in the group with, we decided to form our own group, Destino, and that also got us kind of traveling all over the world. So I've been very, very lucky.
I thought it was so neat that you recorded your first album at Abbey Road Studio in London, England.
Oh my goodness. That was a dream come true. After Destino had ended, I think that was in 2016, I was going to, maybe quit singing and go back to school and maybe do something else with my life. Just to start over again. I thought, oh my God, I've always been in groups, so I didn't think I could ever do anything solo.
Right.
I kind of had that crutch, and I had some amazing people backing me and said, no, you need to try going solo. And if we're going to do this, we're going to, have one of the best orchestras in the world. That's, I think, arguably one of the best recording studios in the world. It was like a dream. We had 2 days of recording in London. We hired Steve Sidwell, who's based in the UK, and he has worked with people like Shirley Bassey, Michael Bublé, Adele, and so he arranged all of the pieces, and we came out with this amazing album, and I'm so proud of it. So we're going to be doing actually a lot of the songs for the first time live with full orchestra at Roy Thomson.
That album hit number 3 on iTunes Canada and was in the top 100 in almost every other country.
Yes, it was. I was shocked because, I'm somebody who was, relatively unknown, and people seem to like the music. I'm still amazed at how people reacted to the release of that album, and I'm thrilled.
Well, it's not a typical classic album. You've kind of made the music your own, and you call it new classic?
Yes, exactly. Well, because we didn't want to use the word crossover, which a lot of people do, which is great. It's generally opera singers who go and sing the more popular music. Right. And because I'm not using the operatic voice, that often within the music that I sing, I kind of do a little bit of everything. And so we thought, well, let's coin a new description for the type of music that we do. Because I do, ABBA, some Shirley Bassey songs, and kind of a mix of everything. And
you grew up on country music.
Yes, so my mom and my dad used to love country, Tammy Wynette, Garth Brooks, and George Jones. So I love country. I just can't sing it. I've tried a few times, and so that's something that I will not do, and I will admit when I can't do something, but I still like country. We listen to a lot of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and so that's been a huge influence on me. So we'll be doing some of that in the show as well.
Okay, so that's what we can look forward to. No country, though, on November 20th at Harmonizing for the Heart, Music for a Cause. Right. Tickets, they're on sale now, and they're, $60 a ticket, or do you still have VIP passes for $150?
Yes, I think we still have a couple of VIP passes.
Okay, because those come with meet and greet.
They do, yeah. So if you want to meet a very sweaty Joey after the show, please do. We'll definitely have a meet and greet after. Hopefully for everyone if we can, but you'll be able to come backstage, meet the orchestra and some of the other singers as well. Or there's still lots of great tickets left in the $60 range as well.
Okay, that is supporting Canadian Foundation for AIDS Research, and that's something close to your heart. This isn't the first one. Is this the second?
Well, this is the first time that we have produced a concert and benefit for CANFAR, but we've supported them in other ways throughout the years. We've gone to Bloor Street Entertains. We've been to a few of their legacy fundraisers. We've become friends with Alex Filatro, who is the CEO of CANFAR. And so we've tried to support them in different ways, but this will be the first time.
Oh, cool.
So we're hoping that it becomes an annual thing.
I hope that you sell out all the seats, and best of luck with the performance. It's going to be really awesome to see those two orchestras get together and come together for a cause, and it'll sound so big.
Yes, and I think that's what we're hoping for.
And you can get tickets. We'll put a link with this interview. And I want to thank you, Joey, for taking the time with me and going through everything that we can expect on November 20th. It's going to be a great show.
Thank you so much for having me, Dana.